Hello, welcome, good morning, noon or night, depending on where you are and when you're watching this. And welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name is Daphne, if you haven't been here before, and I like playing with makeup. I haven't made a video in a very long time because life and panini got in the way. So I'm back to play with some makeup. I'm gonna try to keep this short. The makeup is inspired by the Pantone color of the year, which is Very Peri. So we are going to be attempting a periwinkle eye look. So I'm going to zoom you in and we're gonna give this a go. Also, I am wearing my base. I'm wearing my tinted moisturizer and my brows. It's really a little bit of contour, but it's not much more than that. And my hair looks ridiculous because we've got these curlery thingies in, so we'll be showing the full shebang after. And let's go and play with some eyeshadow. Okay, so the back of my hand is currently very different shades of periwinkle. I think I've got something that's going to work. It's going to take a little bit of finagling, but I'm going to finagle away. We're going to start with making this a wearable thing. Like, I could go full periwinkle on my eyes, but it is winter and periwinkle for some reason reminds me a little bit more of spring. So I thought I would do a more subtle periwinkle look. I mean, you want to go full periwinkle, go full periwinkle. You do you, like, go your gang. But I'm going to be doing something a little bit more subtle. So we're going to be starting with my Gucci palette. I know, very bougie, very fancy. It was a present for myself. These are the shades that are inside it. I love that I can just take this out so I don't have to hold the heavy thing all the time. And we're going to be starting with this shade, and then we're going to be using this blue as a base for the periwinkle. And then for the rest of the periwinkle, we're going to be dipping into the lilac a lot. And we're probably going to be going into Zoned Out, which I think is going to give the best base. And then we'll just go from there. So yeah, I'm going to start with the base brown. I have primed my eyelids already. I used the NYX HD eye primer, I think. And we're going to be starting with this Real Techniques medium shadow brush. As you can tell, I've used quite a bit of like brown shades with this. It's my basic eye brush. So we're going to be going into that kind of browny shade right there. And I'm going to just be putting that on my outer corner and my inner corner, just like this. And as you can tell, I have hooded eyes. When I look at you straight on, my eyes are hooded, but I always lift my brows when I'm doing my makeup so that when I put my makeup on my eyeshadow on my brow bone, it peeks out above my hood. And I think that's just a good tip for anyone with hooded eyes. To kind of bring your eyeshadow up to the top of your brow bone. Also, I am listening to music, so because I don't like doing my makeup in silence, if I'm very honest. All right, other eye. Oh, the hooded eye creases. And we're going to try to make them sisters, not distant cousins. Also, this windshield wiper motion is with this brush is a great way to blend. I think it just creates a great blend. I really like that. Just these brushes are great. Honestly, if you ever buy any makeup brushes, Real Technique brushes, these are so good and so easy to work with. And then I'm going to take like the pointy side of the brush, I'm going to kind of put it like this with a little bit of the eyeshadow on it. And we're just going to sweep that under. just kind of connect everything together a little bit. Now you see how I have this kind of nice little halo area in the center? That's where we're going to play with the blue. All right, blue. Again, we're going to be dipping into that Gucci palette, but it's a very expensive palette. It's a very bougie palette. I'm well aware of that. So if that doesn't work for you, may I recommend this teeny tiny little e.l.f. palette. Yes, focus, thank you. This shade, which is all these shades. I'm probably going to be using one of these as my liner. And this is the Acai. And I did today see on Trendmood that they appear to be coming out with like a cookies and cream palette that reminds me of a Periwinkle palette. So we'll have to maybe revisit this. As you see, my brush is a beautiful Periwinkle color. This is a ColourPop E25. It's essentially just a little domed brush. I picked this because it was clean. Other option would be the Real Techniques shading brush, which, I mean, if I hold them next to each other, you can kind of see very similar. But perchance I was already using this one for blue, so we're going to keep using this one. And we're going to be dipping into that blue of the e.l.f. palette or the Gucci palette, depending on which one you want. I personally think, well, I personally picked the Gucci palette because the blue is a lot more pigmented. And we're just going to very gently build that up. But with the e.l.f. palette as well, like, you can definitely build up that blue. I used to use the e.l.f. palette a lot last summer. I adore it. Absolutely love it. Such a cute little palette, so useful for travel. And just really strongly build up that blue because it is your base tone. I personally think Periwinkle leans a little bit more blue, a little less purple. So we're very gently having to build this up. And I love, like, with eyeshadow, the best eyeshadows in my experience are eyeshadows that you can build up. I don't like bam pigment because then I'm like, oh god, what if I messed it up? So I prefer the ones where it just kind of gently builds up. And with the side to side motions, I'm kind of blending it into the brown a little bit. And then the Lilac-Lot palette. Again, we're going to be going into Zoned Out. Let me just put that down. I'm on the floor, by the way. Still don't have a desk set up. And we're just very gently going to start passing that purple over this color. Not too much, and dip into the palette very gently because this is one of those where it's just like, oh bam, purple, right. But you see how it's just shifted that color a little bit from this side? See? I think maybe Very Peri, like the Pantone color, might be a little bit more Periwinkle than I'm making right now, but I like my Periwinkle a little bit more blue. Alright, I think that's a good blue. Okay, we're going back into that brown. By the way, you don't have to use the Gucci palette for the brown, you can use whatever brown you have. I also like the Anastasia palettes. NYX has some really good ones. I'm just gonna go into that brown and kind of use that to kind of blend it a little bit. And we're just gonna blend back and forth a wee bit to kind of make it work. And this is just a trial and error process, right? It's just go until you like what you're seeing. Love it. Okay, that's that, but it's still missing a little something. I think it's missing a little sparkle, a little je ne sais quoi. So I'm going to be using this E26, which is just this really, it's ColourPop E26 brush. Also really love the ColourPop brushes, by the way. It focus looks like this. It's just a flat kind of dense brush. And I think, I may go into, I think, Cloud here. It's a very light shimmer. And we're just going to take that on this brush and I'm going to put it on the inner corner here. Just lower lash line and my inner corner. Just to add a little bit of that sparkle. And I do think we're missing a little sparkle on the lid because I love sparkle. It sounds ridiculous, but I really love sparkly lids. Like, I'm not a fan of matte lids at the moment. So I'm just gonna test something. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, we're going into the color Trainwreck. So this is the one we put on the inner corner, right there. And this is the one I'm gonna put as a slight shimmer on the top of the lid, and that is Trainwreck. Just a teeny bit on my finger. Just to add that little slight shimmer, and it kind of blends brown into it as well. Beautiful. Yeah, just adds a little something that may not be visible on camera, but it's visible for me. That I enjoy. Okay. So we've got our Periwinkle color, but I'm kind of missing a more defined eyeline. I could put mascara on this and I think it would look okay, but I do think that I'm going to pop into the e.l.f. palette and I'm going to be using this color on an angled brush. Let me not pick one that has black or brown on it. Okay, this is an e.l.f. brush. This is the e.l.f. small angled brush. I need more hands. Right, you can see it there. It just has a, it's very thin, has a nice little angle to do a very gentle liner idea. So just press it against the lash line just to kind of give a little bit of a darker shadow there to give a base to the mascara. I'm not trying to wing it, I'm not trying to do anything like that because I want the Periwinkle to be the star of the show. Right, just to darken up that lash line a little bit. You could also do this with an eyeliner or like a eyeliner pencil, but I think I only own black or brown, maybe a green, and I don't think that's gonna work for this. See, I kind of push my lashes down when I do this to kind of just really get up in there. Okay, you get the idea. Darken up your lash line. Next, eyelash guillotine. Yay. I like doing this because if you, I don't know if you can see, maybe from the side, you can kind of see how my lashes kind of maybe even point down, like so. I hope you can see that. I have no idea if you can see that, but I kind of want them to curl up a little bit, so terrifying looking, I'm sure, but it's not actually that bad unless you pinch your eyelid. Don't do that. And this is probably a makeup thing that's maybe for the slightly more advanced. But I mean, if you've never tried it before, buy one, they're not that expensive, give it a try. I believe this is a Shiseido one from Yes Style. die in here. I don't even know how you got here. It's winter. You're supposed to be dead or hibernating or something. Oh dear beast. Okay. Mascara. This is the MAC Extended Play Permanent Lash. And it has this nice skinny curved wand. See that? And that's the one that I prefer to use because I have, again, hooded eyes, and very big mascara wands are going to make me get mascara all over my beautiful eyeshadow. And we're just going to put it against the root of the lashes and wiggle up. You can also blink it up a little bit. And don't forget your lower lashes. So I recently made up a friend of mine, massive makeover, and they have the prettiest eyelashes. It's so not fair. Oh, there we go. Already got some on my eyelids. Oh well. Don't forget to hit the ends of your eyelashes if they are as light as mine. Like, just kind of go, hop, hop. Ow, I just poked myself in the eye. Don't do that. Eyelashes are a little bit stuck together on this eye. So I'm going to be taking this comb and we're just going to try to separate them out a little bit. Also great to brush out any clumps. There we go. Oh, I am digging that, are you? Ooh. Yay. Okay. We have a little bit of my base makeup left because I'm not wearing any blush or highlight. And then we're going to pick a lipstick. Probably something neutral. Blush. I have this cream blush by Florence by Mills. And it is the Zen Z. And the broke. It's this kind of like cool toned rosy color, I think. And we're just going to take that on a finger and just pat, 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 pat. I love that sunburnt look, so we're putting a little on the nose. There. I'll do it close, thank you. Highlighter. I'm going to be mixing two. I mean, we're mixing eyeshadows, why not mix highlighters? They are both from MAC. This is the Let It Glow Extra Dimension Skin Finish, and this is the Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish. This is a Christmas packaging, this one is not. So as you can tell, this one is a very nice gold that I clearly have used a lot. And this one is a white. So there you go, both of them together. And this white one is very much more like kind of loose glitters, which also cute, but doesn't really give as much highlight in my experience. So we're going to be taking this, and this is a MAC highlighting brush. This is the 134 SES, I guess. Label's kind of on, but it's very, label's kind of fading off, but it's a very big fluffy fan brush. So we're just going to do that. Oh, look at that glow. Oh, look at that glow. Also, since the last time I filmed, I've upgraded a little bit. I have a ring light over here, like you can see. And I've been using it for photographs as well. Yeah, so I'm going to highlight all the things, including the brow bone. Oh, love that glow. Give it a nose, a little bit on the nose bridge, in between the eyes, chin, top of the lips. And then I'm going to grab a slightly different brush, I think. Yes, for the glitters, we're going to be using this Real Techniques contour brush. It's just a small, round, fluffy brush. And we're going to dip that into the glitter. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but in person it does look a little bit more like white glitters, which is fine. By all means, no problem with that, but I may even put some on my finger and then just tap, 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 tap. Oh yes. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Little fun step I like to add to my base routine. I have a couple of freckly things. This is a mole, this is a mole, this is a mole. This one's a mole. But because it's not summer, they are not very dark. And if I'm wearing any kind of highlight, they kind of disappear. So we're going to be using this ColourPop freckle pen to just define them a little bit. It's the same color as my moles, so that's really nice. Oh, my music stopped. In summer, I'm super freckly, but at the moment, I am not. So we're gonna take hot freckles we have still and just darken them up because I like my freckles. There, see that slight difference? Meow, meow. Brilliant. Da, 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 da. Lips. This is a MAC lip liner in the color Stone. And we're going to be lining our lips, and then I need to hop into right there to pick up my lipstick. If you're going to overline your lips, overline the center and then match the rest up to the rest of your lip line. So here I'm going just a bit above my lip line, and then we just pull it down to match the rest. Lipstick choice. This is the MAC Glow Play in the color Greatly Admired. And we're just going to zub zub, said my phone. There. Now all that's left is to get this ridiculous mess out of my hair. So I will be right back. And there we are. We are beautifully made up. Got my hair all sorted. Look at them bouncy curls right there. Oh, glorious. Got my jewelry on. I'm going to zoom you out just a little bit, but I mean the star of the show obviously is this right here. Oh, look at that. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you had a little bit of fun with my makeup playtime. I hope you come visit me again sometime. I have some plans for my channel in the future with regards to the content I want to do. I really want to do 3 looks on palette, reviewing the makeup that I already own, instead of talking about all these new releases and that sort of thing, talking about some old releases and how I feel that they still work. Whoa, my camera just went massively out of focus. Rude. Anyway, so I do hope that you come back and play again sometime. Have some fun with your makeup. I hope that you take care of yourself. Remember to take your vitamin D. It is winter. At least here, if you're in the southern hemisphere, ignore what I said. Take your vitamin D, drink your water, take good care of yourself, and I will see you next time. Bye.